Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Amy. Okay, so today I'm going to give you the answers to Module 11, which was Advanced Relapse Prevention. Okay, and then I'm going to give you the questions, the test questions for the last module, which is on moral reasoning. Okay, so let's get to these answers. The first 10 obviously are usual true or false, and then the last 10 are the multiple choice. Okay, so number 1, a cognitive distortion is a rationalization. A lot of words there, huh? It's true. Okay, number 2, using drugs is a condition for remaining in abstinence. False. Number 3, doing a daily inventory is a condition for remaining in abstinence. That is true. Going through your day, what you accomplished, what you didn't accomplish, whether you do this on you absolutely have to do this on a daily basis. It will help you stay in check. All right, number 4, it's important to know what problems you may expect before following through with a decision. That's true. Number 5, dwelling on the past is a lapse. That is false. The problem sometimes with dwelling on the past, if you become depressed and then do something that will go towards messing up your abstinence, perhaps it could become a lapse, but dwelling on the past itself is not a lapse. It may be a precursor to a lapse. Number 6, being dishonest is a high risk factor. That is true. Number 7, your success or your failure is your responsibility. That is true. As much as you want to say, I screwed up because this guy, or I got fired because that guy, or whatever it is, ultimately, your responsibility. Number 8, relapse prevention is a planning process. Absolutely true. Number 9, fact-finding is an important step in problem solving. Yes, yes, of course it is. Now, if you spend so much time fact-finding that you are procrastinating on making a decision, that's a whole different problem. But you got to check things out in a very basic way before you make a decision. Number 10, a programmed coping response is a general term used to encompass seemingly unimportant decisions. That is not true, that is false. All right, number 11, I gave you the scenario for those of you who have been incarcerated. If you are on a job interview and the interview asks you about your criminal history, like on your job application, which some places they don't do that anymore, but let's say they did and you checked yes, and the interviewer asks you a question about why you answered yes. Do you A, answer him or her honestly? Do you B, change the subject? Should you be C, lying? Or D, A and B? It is A. You answer somebody honestly. That doesn't mean you have to go into every tiny little detail. Just give the highlights, but be honest. All right, number 12, you've been working for 3 weeks and you finally get paid. The check is $50 more than you expected. You've been waiting for this check for a while and you need to pay your rent, you need to go grocery shopping, you need to buy a new bus pass, you need to pay a bill, whatever it is that you can do with that 50 bucks. The best thing to do first is A, cash the check and go shopping, B, deposit the check into your bank account, C, pay your bills, or D, B, and C. It is D, B, and C. Do not cash that check. If you cash that check, you will have extra money with you, which can be a problem. It is a disinhibitor to have that extra money. All right, number 13, you are walking down the street to the store and a car stops and a driver asks you if you'd like a ride. If you get in the car, you are A, making a seemingly unimportant decision, B, in a lapse, C, relapsing, or D, none of the above. It is A. You're making a seemingly unimportant decision. Although I would argue you're just making a stupid decision. You don't get in the car with strangers. But let's just say on its face, it looks like an okay move. You're picked up, driver looks okay to you. It's stupid. Let's just face it, it's stupid. But what it is you don't know where they're going. You don't know what's going to happen. It's a bad situation. All right. But they are saying the answer is A. It is a seemingly unimportant decision. Okay, number 14. You're at a wedding and an intoxicated friend wants you to spend some time with him or her. The best possible decision is A, ignore your intoxicated friend. B, join them in drinking. C, find a member of your support system and ask them to help or intervene. Or D, leave the wedding. The answer is C. Find a member of your support team to ask for their help or ask for them to intervene. Maybe they're there at the wedding. There's no reason if drinking is part of your abstinence, avoid at all costs. But you don't feel like you shouldn't have to leave a social setting unless it is so beyond your control that you feel that's the only option. But the first thing you do is find somebody in your support system. Number 15, you arrive 2 hours late at work one morning and your supervisor doesn't notice. The best decision in this situation is to A, not tell your supervisor at all, being dishonest. B, tell a coworker that they'll be sorry if the supervisor finds out. C, just start doing your job as if you arrived on time. D, approach your supervisor and let him or her know the situation. Sorry to tell you, it's D. You need to be upfront and honest. Get in the habit of doing things the right way and be honest always. All right, number 16, having low self-esteem is A, a seemingly unimportant decision, B, a high risk factor, C, an ego boost, or D, a good characteristic when seeking a lasting relationship. It is B, it is a high risk factor to have low self-esteem. Number 17, the following statement, I'll straighten this out with you later, is a characteristic of what negative emotional state? A, loneliness, B, boredom, C, fear, or D, anger. It is D, anger. Number 18, which is not an element important for setting goals? A, challenging, B, specific, C, meaningful, or D, exciting. It is D, exciting. When you set goals, they must be challenging. It can't be something super easy to do. It has to be specific. You can't say, I'm going to go to college. That's not specific enough. You want to say, I plan on getting a 4-year degree in whatever. And it has to be measurable. You have to say, I plan on doing this goal in the next 2 years. And then you should set smaller goals in order to reach that larger goal. But it being exciting, that's not necessarily a goal, part of your goal. It doesn't have to be exciting. All right? Number 19, the decision to refrain from taking part in self-prohibitive behavior is A, a lapse, B, a relapse, C, abstinence, or D, a cognitive distortion. It is C, abstinence. Anytime you say, I will not blank, whatever that blank is, whether it's overeating or gambling or drinking or doing drugs or whatever it is, whatever that is, that's your abstinence. Number 20, our last one, an intervention to prevent a lapse from becoming a relapse is A, coping with your urges, B, reoffending, C, analyzing your dreams, or D, none of the above. It is A, coping with urges. All right, I am now going to read you the test questions for the last module, which was moral reasoning. Again, we stay away when we're talking about moral reasoning in regards to sex offending. This is not about religion or anything like that. I'm not preaching to you. Okay, and this moral reasoning test is short and sweet. It's only 10 questions, okay? And it is kind of a mix of true or false or multiple choice. Okay, number 1. A person can best be moral by A, following the 10 commandments, B, obeying the law, C, never hurting people, D, knowing the difference between right and wrong, or E, always avoiding evil for himself and others. Number 2, true or false. Morality can be defined in terms of philosophy, religion, society, and culture. Number 3, multiple choice. Which term best describes the morality of a child? A, children cannot be moral. B, children tend to be moral by the age of 10. C, children go through stages of moral development. D, children are born with morals. Or E, children cannot be moral unless their parents teach them. All right, number 4, true or false. A person must be rational to be moral. Number 5, nothing, this is also true or false, nothing can be both good and evil. Number 6, moral rules are A, discovered, B, invented, or C, given by God. Number 7, which statement below, well, not below for you, which statement that I'm going to give you is not a moral rule, not a moral rule. A, don't cause death. B, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. C, obey the law. D, do your duty. Number 8, true or false. Responsibility means making decisions on my own, but not being accountable for the consequences. True or false? Number 9, true or false. Good deeds cancel out harmful behavior. True or false? Number 10, the last one. A morally good person must have A, good behavior, B, good intentions, C, good motives, or D, all of the above. Okay, so next time I'm going to give you the answers to the moral reasoning test. I do suggest that you go back and review the videos. If there's anything you have questions about, obviously I elaborate on all these topics in the videos. And please share these videos with someone who you think they can help. So until next time, please subscribe to this channel. Please feel free to reach out to me either through this channel or through Facebook or through Instagram or through Twitter. And until next time, be well.